Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get the updates. Really excited for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Chris. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. I know you've been working a lot lately, man, so I hope you have some downtime and can actually watch this review. You are a hard worker. So it's Saturday, and on Saturdays I do Cellar Saturday, where I actually drink something off the shelf. This is from 2020. It's currently 2022, and I'm really excited for this beer because I've only ever had the bourbon barrel aged version of this. I've never just had the base beer, so yeah, I'm super excited. It's Jackie O's Dark Apparition Russian Imperial Stout, 10.5% ABV. Interesting. So it's just like 1050. I'll read it. The hauntingly good brew in your hand is rife with dark complexities, a monolithic maltiness and decadent notes of dark chocolate. Has tasting notes. Dark chocolate, toasted caramel, and rich coffee have made this hollowed stout a cult classic since 2007. I didn't realize they've been making this since 2007. Share Dark Apparition with friends and family and celebrate the eerily spirited history of Athens, Ohio. I will not be sharing this because I'm the only person in my house who likes stouts, so I will be solo doming this. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm super excited. I mean, it's so cool. Like, there's so many barrel aged stouts, especially that I'm like, it'd be cool to try the base, and there's some like Bourbon County, it's not like Narwhal that, I've had Narwhal plenty of times and it's bourbon barrel aged or whatever. There are some that I've only ever had the barrel aged version. So like it is, again, I know I'm like repeating myself. It's just, I don't know. I'm just really excited. I'm also realizing I'm like super thirsty right now, which is making me even more excited. There was it was very much like dark cola as I was pouring it. There was a decent amount of brown in there. It's dark, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a dark beer, but there is some brown mixed in with that black, but it's mostly black for sure. Actually, almost exactly a finger of I'm gonna say pretty spot on mocha, not light or dark. Just it's pretty much a mocha head. There are very compact bubbles, but then on top they're starting to break up into small and medium-sized bubbles. Definitely looks like a double-digit stout. I know it's barely double-digit, but it definitely looks, the part. Let's get into the aroma. They're calling it Russian Imperial, right? Russian Imperial. Because it does have some really nice roasted notes. This is a great representation of roastiness you can get from a base beer, core 4, no coffee added. And like it is very roasty, and coffee, like smelling like coffee, especially coffee grounds, is a really good descriptor, but also you can tell it's not quite coffee. It's like a really good representation of that. And then through that roasty note, I say this a lot, I hope people understand what I mean. It doesn't smell barrel aged, but it does smell like you're in the woods and it just started raining. It's like that wet, woodsy, earthy thing that is in this beer for sure as well. Some soft chocolate notes, not super expressive, almost just like cacao more than anything. And yeah, I'm glad I mentioned that the wet, woodsy thing, because it does have like this outdoorsy kind of a smell. I mentioned that about the chocolate, and then of course it starts kind of intensifying as well. Smells fantastic. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Chris. More sweetness than the nose let on, but still some nice bitterness, some nice roastiness, bring a little bit of balance to this beer. And wow, you really get that earthy, woodsy thing I was talking about. You know what? And that makes so much sense, man. You drink this beer, you get a little bit of that sweetness, you get a little bit of that woodsiness. Seems like a cool beer to put into a barrel, up that wood with some real wood. Yeah. Wow, yeah, you can see why they'd want to barrel age this. It's funny, it's kind of like on the aroma, going back in, now I'm getting more of that chocolate. I'm going to settle on Baker's chocolate, because although this beer has sweetness, it's not quite like milk chocolatey, and it's not even like Hershey's Special Dark. It's almost like the sweetness is not impacting this raw cacao kind of a note. I don't know if that makes it sound pleasant, but like I really like how the chocolate is expressing itself in this, and that it's kind of not just like straight, like the aftertaste. It sometimes, and it's, I like, especially if like it has cacao nibs or something in it, like the aftertaste in a beer like this can be like, did I just eat a piece of chocolate? Whereas this, I guess it's the uniqueness. That's what I'm settling on. It's unmistakably a chocolate note, but it's different than how I've gotten chocolate lately in beers. So like I really appreciate the fact that it's both delicious and different, and that, I don't know, hard to come by sometimes. The alcohol, I don't taste it, at 10.5, so it maybe a little bit of warmth in the chest, but I don't taste it, so that's good. Although a little bit of alcohol in a style like this, I'm okay with. Like I was saying, the aroma, it really does follow the aroma quite a bit, just sweeter than the aroma leads on. But same thing with the roastiness. Like, yeah, like, I think, did they say coffee or espresso specifically? They said rich coffee. Okay. Nah, for me, it's like a subtle, and again, this might make it sound like it's not as good as it is, like a subtle coffee ground thing, and it's like especially with the aroma, it really reminds me. If you watched my what was it, the Dark Matter coffee aged in Goose Island's Bourbon County 14 barrels review, I use a French press, and it kind of, especially the aroma, it kind of reminds me when after I'm done French pressing, I pour the coffee into a cup, I let it cool down in the container, I drink my coffee, I come back and clean out the coffee grounds. It kind of reminds me when like I take the plunger out of the French press. It's kind of like, it's that kind of coffee to me. And not that I then put more water in and like drink that, but the aroma, the taste follows the aroma so much, and that's what the aroma kicks out. So I can't help but think the roastiness, if it is at all coffee-like, is coffee ground-like. And again, so I know like that doesn't make it sound appetizing. It really works in this beer. That level of roast, and I think because it has a nice balance of the sweetness, it just really works. I don't get the caramel that they mention at all. Like the way the sweetness is coming through is not caramelly to me. But man, this is good. Like, I mean, it's just, and again, like going into this beer, if you didn't skip the intro, like I've only ever had this barrel aged, and I was really excited to try the base beer, and it's really good on its own. Like it's complex, it's flavorful, it's totally its own thing. And although you can see how the barrel aging could add to this beer, I would gladly drink this again without the barrel aging. I spent a lot of time on the chocolate, and now it is kind of a little bit of like chocolate syrup with the way the sweet, maybe that's their caramel and chocolate thing. I'm like combining the two things. So it's not dominant, but I got like a little bit of this like chocolate syrup note. Yeah, this is just a really nice beer. Yeah, like really, really nice. So glad I got to do it. Thanks again, Chris. I really appreciate it. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had the bourbon barrel aged version? Anything related? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.